Hello everyone, this is Lucas with the same can of gas from my last video, and we're now down to approximately 3 liters of gas. I had 10 including the oil mix in my last video. Now, many days later and many scavenging trips and trips to the scrapyard, I'm going to show you how much weight I returned to the scrapyard and how much I've saved the environment using 7 liters of gasoline. So, I'm going to go over to here, and these are my invoices from Acme Scrap. I've covered up my name here because I don't want to give you my personal information, but Acme Scrap is where I go. They always treat me really well, even though I'm on a bike. Acme doesn't mess around. They give me some better prices on especially things like mixed steel, mixed aluminum, and stuff like that. So, I don't know. All around, I like Acme Scrap. I used to go to General Scrap, but I no longer have a vehicle, and they will only allow you into the scrapyard if you have a vehicle with a plate, whereas Acme Scrap will let you in as long as you have ID and whatever you have isn't stolen. So, my last video, I was talking about, this is the load from my last video, and I got 1 pound of copper number 2, 4 pounds of insulated wire, 2 pounds of yellow brass, 3 pounds of aluminum low copper, 2 pounds of stainless steel, and 1 each batteries. Batteries are calculated by the unit price, not by poundage. So even though the batteries weigh a lot, I only get paid 1 battery for the 2 Exide batteries that I have, because they combine the 2 together to make 1 unit. And I got $24. This invoice here alone pays the gas and oil mix. Okay, second one. We have 5 pounds of copper number 1 bright, 1 pound of copper number 2, 1 pound of insulated wire, 1 pound of yellow brass, 6 pounds of aluminum clean cast, and I got $26. And if you're thinking, well, Lucas, this isn't carbon that you're recycling. You're not recycling plastic. You're not sequestering carbon from the atmosphere, but I'm preventing things from being mined. So coal isn't being burned, gas isn't being burned to ship things, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm taking things that are otherwise destroying the environment in some cases and utilizing gasoline to remove them from the environment, recycle them, and turn them into something better at a lower carbon footprint. If that isn't carbon negative, I don't know what is, but okay. This was a really good one. This one here is 4 pounds of copper number 1 bright, 1 pound of copper number 1, 3 pounds of burnt wire, 6 pounds of copper number 2, and 8 pounds of aluminum low copper, and I got $45 for this. Okay, it's a pretty good one. You're probably thinking, well, where am I getting all this stuff? It's very simple. I get it on the side of the road. That sounds crazy, but between Spruce Grove and Edmonton, Fort Saskatchewan and Edmonton, and anywhere east of Sherwood Park in Edmonton, between Edmonton and Nisku, and south of Nisku, so many things fall off trucks. So many things, especially contractors, I just don't get it. Like all this 5 pounds of copper bright was a bunch of electrical cables that fell off somebody's truck. I hear a lot of things about people stealing things off people's trucks, but last year, I heard welders talk about people stealing their welding cables and all this stuff. And last year, I got $80 for a bunch of welding cables that I found on the side of the road that had been hit multiple times. They were junk, like totally junk. They were huge cables, and I got $80 for them. And they fall off people's trucks. A lot of this stuff could be pieces of trucks, like big trucks, pieces that I pick up from accidents. Just brass. A lot of this yellow brass that I got here, this 1 pound of yellow brass, this was somebody's glad hand toolbox for a truck. They must have fixed their glad hand on their truck, stopped, left their toolbox, and then took off, and then the toolbox got squashed, and then all their brass got destroyed. Right? That's true. That's where it comes from. I find all kinds of stuff like this. And from $10 worth of gasoline and my time. I mean, it takes time. Got $95. Never mind the carbon that isn't being burnt to produce these things anymore. If you like these videos, give us a thumbs up and subscribe.